Like we up. Want to see this video right here though,
Alright, so
y'all.
y'all know Big X the Plug's homie Z the Wizard unfortunately got shot in his head on New Year's Eve / on New Year's Day.
Rihanna got herpes.
I'm pretty sure he's still fighting for his life
I'm
right
on
now.
stream,
So
man.
thoughts and prayers to him. The Crash Out Man himself, Go Yayo, was seen trolling minutes after Z got hit. You know what I'm saying? Do your homework. Now, I don't know too much about the Dallas drill scene. Y'all gonna have to help me put two and two together. But I know Go Yayo be beefing with a lot of niggas. But I don't know who he beefing with or like how deep she go as far as on that side. So I guess hopefully
Hold up, y'all. I'm getting it set up.
yeah.
Tonight we are learning more.
If this is really minutes after he was shot, that's very telling.
Tonight we are
I
learning.
never understood that though, because if he just got shot in the head and you're trolling in a car with a bunch of girls a few minutes later, that means you didn't do shit.
Stupid. More about a violent start to the new year at a Dallas nightclub. Four people were shot at the Pink House near Empire Central and Stemmons Freeway. It happened.
I've been to that place before. I think I went there with Boogie like in 2022. We went to the Pink House. If I'm not mistaken, I think I've been there before. Like, I think I have.
About 3:45 this morning. Scoop Jefferson is live in our Dallas newsroom tonight after speaking with the family of one of the victims. Scoop?
Yeah, Izzy, although we're still waiting for police to identify the shooting victims from this early morning's shooting at the Dallas After Hours Club, family has identified one of them as Z Cannon, better known in the hip-hop world as Z the Wizard. Dallas police responded to that shooting call, as you mentioned, around 3:45 a.m. New Year's Day at the Pink House, Dallas. Officers found 4 people injured by gunfire, one of them critical. Now, family says the critical victim is Z the Wizard. Sources tell me he was shot multiple times.
My bad, y'all.
Z the Wizard is surrounded by family.
Hold up. Let me make sure this stream going on IG. Yeah, I forgot to press go live. My bad, y'all.
At a North Texas hospital tonight. I just spoke with Dallas attorney and music executive Torrance Burnett, who doesn't know Z the Wizard personally, but is familiar with his music, influence, and the impact on hip-hop among DFW artists.
Hold on, y'all. This is my clothing brand. I need y'all to go support.
Hours after news.
I support you, Moolah, but I'm just reacting right now. I'm gonna check you out. Hope you got some big sizes, nigga.
Z the Wizard was shot. More information came out that he passed away from his injury.
Yeah.
Now I want to read the report because it gave us a few more details of what happened that night. Z the Wizard was shot in the head. The article says 4 people was hospitalized early Thursday after an
Y'all high, pause the video. Don't go there. I don't like that in the background. It's too trippy.
exchange of gunfire in the parking lot of Dallas nightclub, according to the police. They responded to a shooting call at the Pink House Dallas Club, located near Empire Central and North Stemmons Freeway. At approximately 3:45 a.m., officers arrived to find an empty scene, but 4 victims soon arrived at the area hospital via private vehicle. One victim remains in critical condition. Now that we know, it's alleged that he passed away. Investigators believe the shooting broke out in the club's parking lot shortly before the victim was transported for medical care. The condition of the other 3 victims have not been released. Additional authorities have not yet identified a motive or confirmed the number of shooters involved. It remains unclear if the suspects and victims were known to each other prior to the incident. Let me just say this. I don't know who did it, but unless they were hiding in some bushes,
Right.
and their face was covered up, killing somebody outside in front of dozens of people,
Witnesses,
it never
cameras.
turned out good. Somebody gonna say something.
For sure.
And especially when you kill somebody that was good. Not saying that he was an angel, but every post I read, I haven't seen nothing bad said about him. A clip started
I ain't heard him say nothing about no shooters, no killers, and no songs yet.
circulating the tech.
I ain't heard him talk about putting no money on no nigga's head. All I hear him talk about is girls getting money and shit. Sound like he was trapping.
Texas rapper Big X the Plug was seen reacting emotionally to the news, shouting F. They shot Z in the head as he was leaving the venue. So he said they shot Z in the head. As y'all know, he was inside partying with Z the Wizard.
Right.
Boy, nigga Big X the Plug on my metal glasses, eh?
This nigga crazy as hell. Look at Big X the Plug on my medic glasses. What, nigga? If they shoot at the club, I'm going home. Like, I ain't bored no nigga on no motherfucking medic glasses.
They shooting at the club, I'm going home.
Man, they tripping, bro.
And again, anytime somebody
That shit
dies,
crazy.
set out the information first before we go assuming. And I said that, say this. Say it again. Anytime somebody die, the ops gonna troll. And that bring up.
But I ain't know Go Yayo. What smoke do he got with Big X the Plug or Z the Wizard or any of them niggas from around there? What smoke do he got with them? Because from my understanding, Go Yayo from Fort Worth.
The next situation. Fans and the people from Dallas
area,
start questioning, did Go Yayo have something to do with Z the Wizard death? The Bounce Hip Hop platform posted Go Yayo celebrating after Zoe was shot in the head. The Bounce platform said, was Go Yayo at the shooting last night? Is he saying something? Pay attention. Do we have another war? Y'all don't know what he talking about? Check it out.
Twin bag on his head, what it costs? 10 headshot, got what he hit that shit. Put a fuck nigga in the blue. 10 years in and I'm still in the tree. Nigga, that is just reasons I can't even see. I got Drake's, Glock, spins, Blitz, block, spin, 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 spin. You know, man, Pink House was leading committee, man.
Yeah.
What?
Barely.
Whoa.
Stop it. Get some help.
Whoa.
Oh, hold up.
See, now this is either a troll. I don't think it's a world where this isn't a troll. You know what I'm saying? I think this is clearly him trolling a little. He doing some type of trolling. Y'all know that.
Like after,
If this is definitely
like
him,
after
it's
he,
definitely troll.
bro,
But I don't know if he was really at the.
bro, like after he, I ain't gonna say after he. After somebody gets shot at a location and then you get back on live after that and then you just be like, it's a little situation at that location. Like I feel like that ain't nothing but a troll. Like that's most definitely a troll.
The Pink House is the club where the shooting happened. I don't know if he was actually there or if he's trying to say like, yeah, I heard it was lit over there. I heard some people got shot up. You know what I'm saying?
Spin, spin, spin. You know, man, Pink House was leading committee, man. Grand Oak and that big house going down, man. You know what I'm saying? Fogey murder gang, we outside, long little running, man. Cat, sink. This shit.
He started talking about long live Lil Ronnie, for some gang. We outside. He started doing the slang.
What going on, Dewey?
It sound like y'all claiming the body to me, Mr. J.O., sir.
Going on, slap business. I can't wait to go back next week. Pink House, y'all book me next. Hit that, you know what I'm saying? Put that 4-week shit in rotation, yeah. Murder gang, long little running, man, the biggest. 4-week murder gang, the one and only.
Bowie murder gang, long live this.
Like this platform said,
That sounds
is
like
Go
a beat.
Yayo trying to insinuate
That's what it seemed like.
he had something to do with Z the Wizard death? And if he did, is this another war in Texas? Just like this platform said. This is crazy. But I genuinely don't think Go Yayo had anything to do with it. I don't think he would have posted minutes after Z was shot in the head. I just don't believe so if he had something.
Man, see, I used to think like that too. Like, man, hell no. What? Ain't no way in the world he a rapper. He ain't that stupid. Ain't no way in the world he had something to do with it if he just posted. Ain't no way in the world he just committed a murder. He just went on Instagram Live with the gun in his hand talking about the murder. I'm telling you, gang, in the 2,000 videos that I have reacted to and posted on YouTube, 2,000 plus, we probably at like 3,000, 4,000. You know what I'm saying? A nigga, I done seen it. I done seen some crazier shit before.
Hold up, y'all. Something going on with the stream.
These niggas is a new breed of niggas. They will kill kill a motherfucker with a orange shirt on, and then get on live right after they killed them with the same shirt on, holding the gun that they used in the murder, and then claim the murder, and then when they get locked up, they're like, oh,
Stop it. Get some help. To do with it. But I may be wrong because we have seen Goyeo take plenty losses in the past few months. He's on the road for revenge, and he feel like he got something to prove. Matter of fact, he's the biggest. He said all the time in the club. He the realest. He said all the time in the club. So did he see an opportunity to get his get back and make his statement of being one of the most treacherous goons in the club? Hey man, this commentary is entertainment purposes only. But dog,
I don't know too much about that shit though. Like, I just was on YouTube and I was like, damn, he killed a nigga. Like, when you see that, of course you're gonna click. You know. But we just doing updates and reactions for the people that ain't updated on certain social media stuff that's going on or real life stuff that's going on that you probably just didn't know about. Like a lot of y'all probably don't even know about them trying to make Venezuela a part of the United States. A lot of y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all probably ain't checked that out. That's that's way bigger than the rap industry for sure. But let me go see what my boy Academic's talking about. See what he talking about. He got Didi. I don't know. I don't too much be like watching the Didi joints like that. JoJo reveals. This is wild. I want to see what Fleck talking about. Damn. Wrong thing. Oh, Charleston White.
Listen, it's called.
Let's see what Charleston White got going. Let's see what Charleston White got going. It say bad news for Charleston White though, so I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna check it out.
Charleston White woke up with a lot of regret today. It looks like the reverse psychology he tried to pull off backfired extremely. In his last interview with Say Cheese, Charleston White told Say Cheese this was going to be his last Say Cheese interviews. He's no longer doing any interview on Say Cheese because Say Cheese is violent. They're trying to put him against other people. They're ruining his brand and his image. And he believes that Say Cheese is a bad friend to him because they're allowing people to come on the platform to diss him. Now, I don't think Charleston White really wanted to leave Say Cheese. I don't think Charleston White was really done with Say Cheese. I think this was Charleston White's way to pretty much, get Say Cheese to kind of beg him to stay and to also get Say Cheese to stop messing with people he don't like without telling him to stop messing with people he don't like.
So I had a reality check. Ain't no friend in this industry.
I mean, you said people sit on this couch and talk about you. For one, I'll let you sit here and we talk about whatever. That's fine. But the minute somebody comes on Say Cheese and they say your name, it's a problem. It shouldn't be that.
I know.
Oskino said your name, it's whatever. That shit started from Gilly.
But listen, hold on. But Say Cheese TV asked the question for my name to be said.
No. Go back and watch the old Oskino interview, the last one. He said, I'm forgiving everybody. He said, the only person I'm not forgiving is Charleston White. That came out of his mouth.
So let me just say.
We weren't even talking. I wasn't even thinking about you, bro.
I understand that. But guess what my partner Say Cheese, what my nephew Aiden Ross gonna do? Hey, guys, make sure y'all cut that. We're not even gonna print that segment because we know what he's gonna do. We know he gonna respond. So when Charleston say something, make sure y'all edit that. None of that comment because you want your brands to come. See, right now, it's cool when I didn't know better. Now I know better. So you do better.
I think Charleston was expecting for Say Cheese to say, man, you're right. Now, I do think Charleston White is living in delusion if he thinks that Aiden Ross is going to protect him more than Say Cheese. But he was expecting for Say Cheese to say, you know what, you're right, Charleston. I'm going to stop doing interviews with Oshino. It's going to be just us. but it actually backfired and worked the opposite because Say Cheese brought Oshino back today and did an interview about Charleston White that almost guarantees that Charleston White and Say Cheese would never work again. If I was a betting man, I would have went on Kalshi after this interview and put my life savings on Charleston White never doing another interview with Say Cheese again. If that was an option on Kalshi at the time, that prediction would have made me so rich, bruh. I would have quit YouTube with the money I would have gotten, man. But if you want to earn money by making predictions on real-world events, you could do so on Kalshi by using my code FLACO or clicking the link in my description. It's one of like the funnest hobbies I personally have, man. You know, I want to share with you guys as well. But during this interview, right, with Oshino that Say Cheese did, they got right to talking about Charleston White. And it became perfectly clear that Say Cheese is pretty annoyed at how Charleston handled the situation.
Yep. We got the new, wait. We got the new king of YouTube. The new king of YouTube, Oskino Vasquez, man. How you doing?
That was when I knew it was officially over. Like, Charleston is never coming back on Say Cheese platform again. So King of YouTube is what Say Cheese used to call Charleston. So for him to take that title away from Charleston and give it to his top op, his top nemesis, his number one enemy right now, Oshino, shows one that Charleston, like, and Say Cheese aren't on good terms. You know, Say Cheese don't really care what Charleston has to say right now. They're completely taking the op position when it comes to Say Cheese. They're completely taking the op.
I want to say this, right? Like, instead of me taking the route of being, having a crazy ego, I'm just so thankful. The real shit, though, like, I mean, because at my age, you know, sometimes, a lot of times it's over. It's done. You're done. And then you can get some money or whatever else, but you don't be getting money for being popular. And then, especially when doing something just being yourself, I don't have to act like a character. I just act how the same act on here is how I usually act all day. You know what I'm saying? So I was on Vlad, we was talking about you. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah, we was talking about you. You know, Vlad like you a lot. You know what I'm saying? I can tell when you talk about your product, the stuff that you're doing. And you said you made Charleston White. He said, yo, he made him. He said, everybody know that you made him though. You on the interview I saw you was being very humble. Yeah. I know you're a calm boy, you smart, but I know in the inside of your brain, you were saying a lot of stuff. Because you could hear it coming out a little bit, but you was pulling yourself back.
Yeah.
Like, what when he said you want to see him fail, he been around you more than me, I'm sure. He know you. I mean, so I was like, damn, bro, you just do anything. You bigging up Joe. Now, mind you, I watch Joe Rogan. That's the most podcast I watch the most. Joe Rogan, right? But Joe Rogan ain't gonna have you on here. Joe Rogan ain't with all that. I mean, Joe Rogan do I got a lot of like science, a lot of science. You naming the boy Adam Ross, I don't know Adam Ross, but he naming all people that's white, right? I'm too smart to be racist or anything like that, but I'm not gonna put down somebody that put me on as black that's young. But bro, you could be doing anything. You could be out here robbing somebody, bro. You put this man on the map that getting money, and he said that, so that show you his character.
I like Oskino, but I wouldn't recommend any man to engage in this behavior. The one thing I learned, man, right, when you pillow talk with a chick about her ex, you'll soon find out why that man was her ex, right? So when you get with a chick, this is the same behavior of getting with a chick and you think, oh my God, this chick is perfect, and you start pillow talking and like you start gossiping about her ex. Oh, he's such a dummy. Oh, he did. And then you find out exactly why that man is her ex, right? So I feel like Oskino right now is going crazy because he don't like Charleston White, you know, and say, oh my God, how could he ever? That's until, all right, Sean starts interviewing people that you don't like. Sean starts interviewing the low homies from Philly to talk trash about you, right? Sean starts putting titles, right? Like you, again, it's easy to say, oh my God, until you're in his position. So I wouldn't recommend this behavior from anybody. But Sean would eventually speak up, and he would say he was actually hurt by what Charleston White did.
But what hurt me was that that he's doing the Instagram. I'm the one that told him, yo, start an Instagram. Charleston White has had over 10 Instagram accounts, and he keeps getting them taken down. And I'm the one telling him to clean up his image. I hate to take credit for a lot of stuff, but I believed in him before anybody. You feel me? So that was what hurt me. It's like, why are you acting like Aiden Ross is the one who... Aiden Ross is clean. He's going off what we got going.
Let me say, I got Charleston White figured out. What he do is this. He say whatever to try to pick up somebody else and put you down, but he gonna put Aiden Ross down next. You know what I'm saying? That's what he do.
The frustration in in Say Cheese tone is so relatable. Because if you guys aren't familiar with their history, Say Cheese did Charleston White's first interviews. Charleston White, before he was on Vlad, before he was on Patrick Bet David, he was on Say Cheese first, and Say Cheese provided him a platform when he had literally no audience. Right? Like Say Cheese got him lit. Now Charleston White did what he was supposed to do, because a lot of people do come on Say Cheese and they'll do nothing with the platform, but Charleston White came on and did what he was supposed to do. You can't take that away from him. But Say Cheese gave him his first look. So now for Charleston White to tell Say Cheese, man, y'all ain't nobody, y'all ain't ish, man, Aiden Ross turning me up, man, Aiden Ross. Sean bruh, what do you mean Aiden Ross? Bruh, Aiden Ross is riding off the coattails of my work. I was the one who built the foundation for you to thrive. What do you mean? But why are you saying I'm not ish, but Aiden Ross is everything? Make no mistake about it. If Charleston White, right, he turned on Say Cheese, turned on Denzel Project, turned on Vlad, he's going to eventually turn on Aiden Ross, 100% fact. Now, I enjoy Charleston White on Aiden Ross, so I would hope he don't. I also enjoyed Charleston White on Say Cheese, and we know how that played out. But 100% fact, Oshino is about to break down on why he don't even see the long-term partnership with Aiden Ross lasting, which is why he feels like it's a dumb decision to leave Say Cheese when Say Cheese is the one that's kind of has been tolerating. Charleston White has been giving him a consistent $10,000 a month to do interviews, and he kind of take that for granted.
But that's what make him a cold coward though. Say Cheese would have put me down. Sean Cotton, my friend. It's not separated. They ain't separated. If Phil Knight don't like you, Nike don't like you. It ain't no separation. You just trying to say it in a way so you can still have a look at without being super disrespectful, but you're a cornball ass. What it really is I'm cooking this.
I ain't gonna lie. Old nigga arguing is boring as fuck, bro. I don't even know what they talking about, bro. I just got so lost. I don't even know what they talking about no more. What's going on? What is going on, buddy? Damn, that shit just lost me. Let's see. If y'all got music or y'all got videos that y'all shot or projects that y'all working on that's, anything that's in the entertainment business that you want me to check out, you can drop a link, or you could just, direct me and tell me what to go search up on what platform, and I'll go look it up for you. But I ain't going on Apple Music and all that shit, so I really prefer YouTube, for real. So, if you got a project, just send it to me on YouTube. I mean, send it to me on whatever platform you're on. My bad, I'm on all platforms. I ain't seen no Whistling Diesel in a while. Let's see. Has he dropped some? Nah, he ain't dropped nothing. It's just certain YouTubers I be watching. I'll put y'all on. He ain't dropped nothing. I don't really see nothing too new though. I watch some shit. I don't be watching all that David shit, man. They be losing me. Let's see what Trump talking about. I had started on this one, but we can see what Trump talking about. I had started on this junk. I think I was going to sleep though. For real. I think I was dozing off watching.
Barged into the country. Okay, this is what Marco Rubio was saying. Barged into the country, landed in a military base, arrested the guy, read him his rights in 3 minutes, got him out of there. It's unthinkable. Now, I touched on this in the previous video that I made about this topic, but a lot of critics have been arguing that this whole thing basically set a dangerous precedent for other countries like China to invade Taiwan. I broke it down to you in the last video that China basically are desperate to invade Taiwan. They want it back. They think it's part of China. Taiwan and the United States would disagree. And America have a lot of good reasons to keep Taiwan independent. There's a lot of, chip manufacturing companies that are based over there. Microchips, all of that kind of stuff. All the stuff in your computer and your phone that you need is made in this random island off of China that's really controversial for some reason. But what's really crazy is apparently Trump had already prepared for this last month.
The United States approved $11.1 billion in arms sales to Taiwan on Wednesday, marking the largest ever U.S. weapons package for the island.
Yes, Trump already planned ahead. This is just a few weeks ago. He already approved an $11 billion arms package for Taiwan, the biggest ever. Basically said, you need all the straps, all the pipes, all the guns, you guys, bombs, everything you guys are going to need. Okay, because we're about to do some fuck shit. And if China think they can pull the same moves that we're pulling,
we're about to do some fuck shit.
Coming.
It comes as Beijing ramps up military and diplomatic pressure on Taiwan, which it views as its own territory, a position Taipei rejects.
Hey, all I gotta say is United States got this shit, bro. Like, when it comes to war and it comes to fighting and defending the country, like, it's no point. Like, they can only possibly have a hand with us on some other land, but like, far as any other country trying to invade our country, it wouldn't happen because like everybody got a gun. Like, everybody here got a gun. In other countries, they don't have guns, so it's easy to kind of, like, just bomb them and take out their military stuff. But you take out our military stuff, bro, like, I know, like, me and damn near, like, all my neighbors got a gun, so.
The deal covers 8 items, including HIMARS rocket systems, which have been used extensively by Ukraine against Russian forces. Additional items include howitzers, anti-tank missiles, loitering drones, and parts for other equipment. That's all according to Taiwan's defense ministry.
So I explained to you in the last video, right, that it's like China is a little bit of a paper tiger, as you would say, okay? They got all this military, all these planes, all this stuff, but a lot of their stuff sucks. We know that Chinese stuff sucks. When you order stuff from Temu, it turns up and it's trash, okay? They got a Wish.com army. So if China really think that...
The man said China got a Wish.com army. Oh, wow.
They can take Taiwan. They got another thing coming. Taiwan is armed to the teeth with real deal American. They got... They got the Louis Vuitton rocket launchers, okay? And China, they got the Wish, Temu, fake-ass Louis Vuitton, right? They got the genuine fakes, right? Over there, they got shit that don't work. They got... They acting like they tough. They're acting like they got it. Okay, this is like they like gang members. They all taking a picture sharing the same gun. All right, it's a load of cap. China is not as powerful as everybody says. And basically,
hey, if y'all not familiar, this is a blogger, journalist, content creator, whatever he prefer. His name is Trap Lil Ross, but he got a second channel called Trap More Ross. Like, he talk about a lot of stuff. Like, I be like wondering like how the hell dude be knowing some of this stuff for real, for real.
They are gonna fuck around and find out. If China decide, you know what, we're gonna take Taiwan, they're gonna very quickly find out, okay, the difference between, you know what I'm saying, a Wish.com hammer and, you know what I mean, Erewhon hammer. That's the best way that I can put it, okay? But anyway, back to Venezuela, okay? Regarding the people of Venezuela, okay, there's been a lot of reactions and celebrations going on all around the world because a lot of Venezuelans, even though some people on the left side of politics in America are very upset, they're saying this is like the Iraq War all over again. America's doing imperialism. They're taking things that don't belong to them. They're destabilizing the world. The Venezuelans hated Maduro. He was a dictator. He'd apparently had an iron grip on the country for a very long time. And actually, real Venezuelans, okay, they really saying, you know what?
Imagine being able to build anything.
Damn. Hey, I get my viewers up, y'all. I'm gonna pay for the premium. I promise you. I pay for the premium. I get my viewers up. But if I don't get my views up, I ain't paying for the premium.
I just want to talk to you, America, and I hope you have your coffee when I tell you this, but these are great news. All eyes on Venezuela. These are historical news. This is history in the making. I mean, my chest, it feels like it's gonna explode with joy. because before I was even born, there have been struggles. My family has been fighting for so many years before I was even here. They have told me about it. They told me about a time where democracy existed, and now I can finally look forward to that. And that's just everything.
So hold up, them folks celebrating. They celebrate that they president gone. For real. Like, they literally celebrating that they president got kidnapped, bro. Like, dude must have been a horrible person, bro.
Everything that I can ask for. And, I just want to tell you people, America, Venezuelans are good people. The greatest people that I know, I can vouch for them.
Venezuelan Americans singing and dancing in the streets, raising the Venezuelan flag. Many here telling me that they hope to return to their home country. They also have hope that democracy will finally arrive to Venezuela. But there are also questions about who will now rule this country.
I know it's a little too early, but they took President Maduro out of Venezuela, out of power. And I'm here in front of the lake where I scattered my mom's ashes, and there's so much magic this morning. The moon is right there, this other lake. My dad would have loved to have been around for today. And I know that he is, wherever he is, wherever they are. This is a great day for Venezuelans after all these years of suffering. And,
bro, what was dude taking them through? Like, what did he do to, like, these people? Like, it was like we pain and suffering and shit. Like, even though our presidents be different kind of people, like, we still don't feel that type of pain that they feeling. Like, they like, man, I'm wishing my dead loved ones was here to see this, bro. That's crazy.
A great day to be alive. And so grateful. So grateful.
So a lot of the real Venezuelans are loving it, okay? And basically people are saying, I go to a Spanish-speaking church. Venezuelans go to that church. Today is the first Sunday since this event. Venezuelans in the church were openly crying tears of joy, celebrating the liberation of their country, thanking and honoring America and President Donald Trump. God bless America. They seem pretty happy. Thank you for sharing the real and true reactions of the Venezuelan people, their country, their struggles. Let their voices be heard. They're saying the leftists will accuse them all of being Zionists. Let's not get into that one.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, I feel like United States a little different, though. Like, we'll probably, like, we have a terrible president. We're probably gonna be like, yeah, we don't fuck with him. Ooh, like, they're good. He kidnapped. But we most definitely gonna be on some get back shit. Like, nigga, you kidnap our president, bro. We gonna most definitely, we gonna most definitely come and do some shit to you after that. Like, even if the people haven't, like, but I feel like that they country probably just not as strong, so they probably wouldn't even have like the resources to even, pull something off like that.
I don't want to do videos and all that stuff. I'm not really that interested. People saying liberals don't give a shit about other people. They only care about Orange Man bad, and Venezuela has already voted for a new president. I don't know about that last bit. And people saying they loathe Democrats in the media. I remember Bernie Sanders years ago saying communism in Venezuela was great, and that's what we needed to do here. Now look, I'm not really about the left and right disconnect, but really, a broken clock can be right multiple times a day. Okay, just because you hate Trump, and just because not necessarily the right move to intervene in other countries' political structures with force, that doesn't mean that you can't still get a bad guy out of there. The Iraq War was a mess, but Saddam Hussein was a piece of trash, and we definitely smoking that Saddam pack. Okay, we smoking that Saddam Skittles all day long. He was saying the disconnect to that young lady who still hates Trump, we can go back to shitting on him later, is why so many Americans have reached their limit with immigration. You don't get to come to our country, shit all over our president, then disregard him as a demon, even though he's making it possible for your people to live like humans again. We're done with that BS. Maybe zip it and be grateful for what we've given you. Now, look, I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with these comments, but you tell me what you think of that. They're saying this is the...
I don't understand that one right there. They come and got me a little confused.
Venezuelan Independence Day. Could not believe how many of these people are cutting Trump down. You may want to rethink that. He's the only reason you're free. Thank God that he's the president, right? Some people are hating on Trump. People are liking him. I kind of want to hear what was going on with that. But basically, okay, the vice president of Venezuela has actually been named as the acting president, okay? And after an initially defiant stance, she's apparently shifted her tone towards the US. She's saying, hey, it ain't so bad.
Vice President Delcy Rodriguez is now the acting president, but Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the U.S. will be running the country's policy to make sure that American interests are addressed, and that includes stopping drug trafficking and making sure that oil revenues don't go to the benefit of U.S. adversaries. And in that sense, the president indicates the U.S. is making the rules.
If you're a producer who hates AI, this plugin might change your mind. This is reimagining co-producer. You can take any sample you find and flip it into...
Who's in charge of Venezuela right now? Have you spoken to the newly sworn-in president there, Rodriguez?
We're dealing with the people. We're dealing with the people that...
Hold up, y'all. I think I seen this clip right here. Listen to this, man, y'all. Make sure y'all listen to dude.
Just got sworn in. And don't ask me who's in charge, because I'll give you an answer and it'll be very controversial.
What does that mean?
It means we're in charge.
You've been spoken with her?
No, I haven't, but other people.
Said, don't ask me who's in charge. We're in charge.
Yeah, at the right time I will.
So Rodriguez and Rubio have spoken.
So that man really just took somebody's whole country, bro. That's crazy.
Notably, Rodriguez had a much
And he going out to Greenland, so he want to go out to Greenland too.
more defiant tone, claiming shortly after he was ousted that Maduro is the rightful leader. But in a new statement, she sounds a lot more cooperative, saying, we invite the U.S. government to collaborate with us on an agenda of cooperation oriented towards shared development within the framework of international law to strengthen lasting community coexistence. President Donald Trump, our peoples and our region deserve peace and dialogue, not war. The president also issuing warnings to Colombia and Cuba. He says the latter is ready to fall. The
Colombia and Cuba too? I Trump a nigga, bro.
rhetoric falling in line with the president's message over the weekend
Trump part of the takers.
that he wants the U.S. to be surrounded by good neighbors.
So basically, she changed her tone. She saw what they was capable of. She saw the big strap in her face, and she said, why don't we just get along? Now, interestingly, okay, appearing at the United Nations emergency meeting that was held to address the U.S. military operations in Venezuela and the arrest of President Maduro, the U.S. had a whole lot to say to the UN, with a lot of people saying this is in violation of the UN Charter, and the U.S. saying, hey, we do what the hell we want. We run this shit.
Members of this council, colleagues, the United States wants a better future for Venezuela. We believe a better future for the people of Venezuela and for the people of the region and the world is stabilizing the region and making the neighborhood that we live in a much better and safer place. And this is why millions of Venezuelans that have fled this brutal regime are celebrating and cheering around the world as this body pontificates, including those celebrating are including in my home state of Florida, where hundreds of thousands of Venezuelans have fled this regime's brutality. I want to reiterate, President Trump gave diplomacy a chance. He offered Maduro multiple off-ramps. He tried to de-escalate. Maduro refused to take them. President Trump made it clear that the narco-terrorism must stop, and yet it continued. The United States will not waver in our actions to protect Americans from the scourge of narco-terrorism and seeks peace, liberty, and justice for the great people of Venezuela. I thank you, Mr. President.
They said we gave him every single chance, but he still played around with us. Now, all the way, basically got...
I don't see how he can, I don't know though, it's just me. But I don't understand how he could just go over there and kidnap him like that. Just take him, but, hey... That's some gangster shit though, but I don't understand how he could just do that though. Far as how would it be legal? It'll make me feel like people that's on the run for murders and stuff over here, that they could be United States or potentially go over there and get them and bring them back.
Going back to what I was talking about at the very start of this video and the clip that I played you, in Trump's latest interview on that plane, he basically put several other countries on notice, specifically Colombia, Cuba, and Mexico.
This nigga said Cuba.
Talking about the very start of this video and the clip that I played you, in Trump's latest interview on that plane, he basically put several other countries on notice, specifically Colombia, Cuba, and Mexico. They're all in the crosshairs, okay? If they play with him, he's going to say it's narco-terrorism and your president's going to be scooped up out of his bed. But I wouldn't lie, if I was a president of any of those nations, I'd be stepping up security on another level.
Money.com, the opposite of any.
Yeah, you gonna have to step up security on another level, bro. Like, cause if you a president somewhere, bro, and another president, like another country can come and kidnap you, bro, like you ain't got no security.
Yeah, a little bit different. We have some good people. We have Senator Lindsey Graham. Now we have a very sick neighbor. It's not a neighbor, but it's close to a neighbor, and that's Venezuela. It's very sick. Colombia is very sick too, run by a sick man who likes making cocaine and selling it to the United States. And he's not going to be doing it very long, let me tell you.
What does that mean? He's not going to be doing it very long.
He's not doing it very long. He has cocaine mills and cocaine factories. He's not going to be doing it very long.
So there will be an operation by the U.S.
It sounds good to me. Yeah. You know what?
He said, it sounds good to me. He said, yo, them Colombians, they cook and blow. They selling bad batches. They selling hot shots to our people. I might have to step on them, man. Sounds good to me.
Because they kill a lot of people, yeah.
Secretary Rubio mentioned Cuba yesterday in his remarks. Does the U.S. have a plan to do?
Well, Cuba always survived because of Venezuela. Now they won't have that money coming in. They won't have the income coming in. You know, a lot of Cubans were killed yesterday. You know that. A lot.
Bro, this man so gassy. Y'all see how he said that? Check the man out, bro.
Now they won't have that money coming in. They won't have the income coming in. You know, a lot of Cubans were killed yesterday. You know that. A lot of Cubans were killed. The bodyguards. No, they're looking, but there was a lot of death on the other side. No death on.
See, he's saying we smoked a lot of Cubans yesterday. Okay, and he ain't talking about Cahibas. He basically is saying a lot of the bodyguards in Venezuela were Cubans, and he was basically saying that, you know, the oil and the business that's going on between Venezuela and Cuba is what's propping up Cuba. He's saying Cuba's big bro ain't in the building no more. He done checked. So we might be time to step on the Cubans too. And he said we smoking a whole lot of their deads, and they ain't got no points on us. No death on our side.
No, sir.
Yeah, you were just talking about the land, but it sounded like...
And by the way, you have to do something with Mexico. Mexico has to get their act together because they're pouring through Mexico, and we're going to have to do something. We'd love Mexico to do it. They're capable of doing it. But unfortunately, the cartels are very strong in Mexico.
I remember one time you actually, speaking of Mexico, I asked you about Claudia Sheinbaum, and you told me at one point you had offered to send U.S. troops into Mexico to combat drug trafficking there. Is that something you would like to her about?
I think she's a terrific person. I would say every single time I talk to her, I offer to send troops.
And she's just not willing?
She's concerned. She's a little afraid. The cartels are running Mexico. Whether you like it or not, it's not nice to say, but the cartels are running Mexico.
It's been said before, right? The tells, I don't even want to say their name because I'm scared of them too. Trump says they're running Mexico, and basically he's saying that, look, he's offered help to the government, but they're scared to
Turtle said, make America great again with Trump, man. Hey.
take it because they're scared of what the over in Mexico are going to do to them if they know that Trump's sliding for them. But the cartels, just like the Venezuelans and the Chinese, okay, they're definitely tough. They're definitely fearsome in their own borders, but nobody can fuck with the American military. That's a whole other level.
Been asked to do it.
Yeah, turn the camera off for president. Yeah.
I've actually been asked to do it. One of the things that is happening, and I think you see it all the time, Howard, you've seen it, that Cuba is ready to fall. You know? Yes. Cuba looks like it's ready to fall. I don't know if they're going to hold on. But Cuba now has no income. They got all of their income from Venezuela, from the Venezuelan oil. They're not getting any of it. And Cuba literally is ready to fall. And you have a lot of great Cuban Americans who will be very happy about this.
Did that play at all into your decision to capture Maduro?
Are you considering U.S. action in Cuba?
I think it's just going to fall. I don't think we need any action. It looks like it's going down. It's going down for the count. You ever watch a fight?
Yeah.
They go down for the count. And Cuba looks like it's going down. What do you think, Howard?
But so they're going down for the count. Cuba looks like he's going down. Hell no.
I dare you.
I can't believe it. He like, man, he going down for the count. Hey, one thing about our president, this is a vocal president. Like every other president, I don't feel like they were more vocal. Like, dude, bro.
He said they're going down for the count. He said they're going out like Jake Paul, man. This is absolute insanity.
Man.
Okay? People are saying he's not going to go after Mexico. They're 50% of our food supply. He's not going after Colombia. We already have bases there. He's going for the easy target, Cuba. Okay, saying he went after Mexico because she opposed the Venezuela strikes because they were internationally illegal and quoted the UN Charter. So, people saying Trump is a badass. The amount of power flex to kidnap a ruling president from his own country, that is insanity. So they're not doing shit to Mexico. Beef between the US and Mexico would be economically catastrophic for both nations and trigger a global recession. And saying everyone who's ever lived in Mexico knows this for a fact. The Tells are in charge of Mexico. They are a shadow government, if you will. They
Oh yeah, this nigga scared to say the cartel's name, dude.
Need to go. I just hope that he's serious about cleaning that up. I honestly don't care about economic trade hiccups. As someone who loves living in Mexico, no one I know loves the Tells. Right? People saying, I don't think so. No oil there. They're saying if Trump kidnaps Satan from hell, the Democrats would cry foul. They're saying America oil business, this is their tricks. He need that oil. He needs that oil. Now, they're saying that another country on the list of soon-to-be dead ops, okay, is Greenland. Now, for any of my geographically challenged...
I told y'all. I just told y'all that he was going out to Greenland, too.
Viewers, don't worry. Greenland is actually a part of the Kingdom of Denmark. Okay, let me show you on a map. So, this is Greenland, all right? And
bro, this man, hold up, though. Like, he about to take over all this right here. Then he's still gonna have the United States back up, bro. Oh my God.
Before you get confused, you can go and look this up in your own time, okay? But the way that maps work, they kind of skew the size of things at the top of the map. Things at the top and the bottom of the map, like they don't... It's like when you look in your mirror, it says things might be closer than they appear. Like things do appear bigger and different shaped when they're at the top of the map. But Greenland is a very large landmass, okay? It's basically over here off the coast of Iceland and off the coast of, what's this, Canada? But it's actually owned by Denmark, ironically, who are all the way over here. Okay, but it's, you know, it's a big frozen autonomous territory. Okay, it's not got too much going on there. There ain't too many roads to speak of. All right, there ain't too much Google Street View going on. Okay, there ain't nothing but a bunch of ice, really. Okay, let's be real, mainly ice. All right, but as global warming kicks in, whether or not you believe that's a thing, as global warming kicks in, all right, this territory is going to become more and more important.
I promise you, he taking over everything. Like, hey, he gonna do nothing but put military shit over there. Like, man, just imagine you got 2 shooting sites and 2 defending sites, and man, it's gonna go crazy.
And this is why these are the things where it's like, as the hot parts of the world become completely inhospitable,
I feel like he gonna take everything around us in the United States, and he's gonna get Canada too.
Greenland suddenly becomes important. It suddenly becomes a very fertile region. It suddenly becomes the perfect place for you to set up a little military base, for you to set up a little something.
Just said that.
All right, but there ain't much of nothing going on Greenland, okay? It's looking like some Lord of the Rings ass shit, right? I don't know who this is, but they lost. They lost like a...
He said they lost.
MF, all right? What the hell are you doing out here? Casper Hellstead, you crazy wild person. But this is the thing, this is what's popping in Greenland, all right? It's you know, it seems insignificant, but it's actually very, very important, okay? If you know your geography, it is very important. So Trump has apparently given Denmark 2 months. They said, we'll worry about Greenland in 2 months. Let's talk about Greenland in 20 days. We need Greenland. We need it. We want it, all right? And I'll tell you why in a minute.
Do you expect to take an action against Greenland? Well, I don't want to talk about Greenland. Let's talk about Venezuela, Russia, Ukraine. We'll worry about Greenland in about 2 months. Let's talk about Greenland in 20 days. By the way, I will say this about Greenland. We need Greenland from a national security situation. It's so strategic. Right now, Greenland is covered with Russian and Chinese ships all over the place. We need Greenland from the standpoint of national security. And Denmark is not going to be able to do it, I can tell you. You know what Denmark did recently to boost up security in Greenland? They added 1 more dog sled. It's true.
Might should have added one more dog shit.
They thought that was a great move.
Hey, but
That's wild. We got a wild president.
Say this, we need Greenland from the standpoint of national security, and the European Union needs us to have it, and they know that.
I think there's some confusion.
So there's been a lot of talk about Greenland, Russia and China fighting over Greenland, and it's geographically significant when it comes to kind of like the future of the world, especially with global warming becoming a thing. And then this is an article talking about why does Trump want Greenland so badly, okay? Basically saying just before Christmas, Trump appointed a special envoy, Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry, to deal with the issue of Greenland. He said in a post on social media, he's honored to serve as a volunteer position to make Greenland a part of the US. And this isn't the first that we're hearing about this. This is basically something that Trump had been talking about for a while. J.D. Vance was talking about they need Greenland. Okay, Trump's always saying that there's national security reasons why they need Greenland. They need it, all right? They fiended for Greenland, all right? It's strategically located in the Arctic Ocean in the midst of major shipping routes, the world's biggest island, geographically speaking, part of North America. And as global warming progresses, more shipping routes through the Arctic will open up, making Greenland even more important. I told you it was global warming related, all right? US has a defense agreement with Greenland since 1951, and there's 150 personnel stationed there in the Pituffik space base focused on missile detection and space surveillance, okay? Apparently, Washington has already the security foothold it needs in Greenland, and the Trump administration's intentions almost certainly pertain to more natural resources. The president puts a lot of emphasis on resources, mineral resources, energy resources, and commercial opportunities. Even if these resources are not easy to extract profitably, it wouldn't surprise me if there would now be a lot of concern. They're saying the Russians and the Chineses and all of them, they are not to have it, okay? And Trump said in another interview that's going viral on Instagram that they need that Greenland.
Very strongly. We need it for we need Greenland for national security. Not for minerals. We have so many sites for minerals and oil and everything. We have more oil than any other country in the world. We need Greenland for national security. And if you take a look at Greenland, you look up and down the coast, you have Russian and Chinese ships all over the place. We need it for national security. We have to have it. And he wanted to leave the choice, so we're making
He said, we need it for national security. We have to have it. Check him out, bro.
We have Russian and Chinese ships all over the place. We need it for national security. We have to have it. And he wanted to leave the choice, so we're making him, Marco, today, a special envoy to Greenland. Greenland, he felt...
So they're saying Greenland is very, very important. It's crucial. We need it, all right? I need it. My Draco undefeated. That's basically what he said. He said, I need it. My Draco undefeated, all right? Now, interestingly, okay, a few days before this interview, okay, the wife of Trump's deputy chief of staff actually shared this online, okay? This is Katie Miller said, soon, Greenland is about to be red, white, and blue, all right?
Facts. Yeah. Facts.
Right, they're going to need to rename all these places as, some real American freedom.
Bro, look at these names. Greenland ice sheet. Bro, Umanak. Nook.
Upper Vanivik, Umnobednak. You're going to need to name that Freedomville. You're going to need to name that Hamburger Town. You're going to need to name this the Chevrolet Basin. That's what's coming, okay?
Hey, facts. They're going to put them car dealerships in all them factories over there for sure.
Hey, Cadillacville. That's what's coming, man, and we need it. As somebody that, I'm not an American, but I actually love America. I've always wanted to, just enjoy American cultures. I'm very excited for the new capital of Greenland being Cadillacville. Now, it looks like the European Commission, okay, which represents 27 of the European countries, and as a British person, we Brexited, we left Europe behind, all right? Europe is good, it had its run, but it's over with, okay? 27 European countries as part of the European Commission, they're actually choosing not to condemn the actions of Venezuela, but they are standing behind Greenland. They're basically saying, we're gonna wait around and just see how this works out, because realistically, we're weak as hell, we've been a mess. Russia have absolutely drained us financially. We might need the Americans in our corner, but please don't take Greenland if you can help it. That's what's going down, okay? That is what's going down. Let me pull up this link, because Trump is pushing for it.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name.
Man, finna take over the whole world, y'all.
And
if he ain't gonna be the president of the United States, he's gonna be the president somewhere else.
Where the top issues discussed. Can you give us any more clarity about the EU positions?
Unfortunately, no. It was a pretty rough start for the European Commission's spokesperson service, beginning the new year with these issues, which obviously made them very uncomfortable. And they were absolutely not willing to go beyond this rather bland statement that was put out yesterday. Even 24 hours later, the only reference that they're making to the United States is to say that EU officials have been in touch with the U.S. The rest of their statements, like the written statement yesterday, simply referred to unnamed actors, of which there aren't very many, saying that they hope that international law is upheld and the UN principles, which are things like refraining from the use of force and peaceful resolution of disputes. The spokespeople would not say anything more about whether they believe the U.S. actions were justified, whether they were legal. They said it's too early to make those assessments. And they wouldn't even use any new words to describe this, despite getting dozens of questions. Now, when it comes to Greenland, they're a bit more clear on what the EU position is, but it hasn't changed from December. They, in fact, reiterated a December 22nd position that says the EU obviously supports Denmark's territorial sovereignty and that any decisions made about Denmark or Greenland are for those people alone. It really has seemed to have put the EU in another one of those uncomfortable positions where they feel like they can't...
I can't lie, she getting on my nerves, y'all. I gotta skip past her.
Both the guy, he is making moves that were absolutely...
We gotta go to the next segment. Oh my God. Oh my God. She really is talking.
The US to take over Greenland because China and Russia are fighting over Greenland. They want to have Greenland. They want the strategic shipping routes. They want this strategic access from Russia over to the US, to Canada, all of this stuff. They want this strategic area, right? I'm going to pull it back up again. All right, I'm going to pull it back up again for you to see this. All right. Look, the Russians want it. The Chinese want it. All right. It's just strategically important. There's a lot of money. There's a lot of bread to be made. Greenland is crucial, okay? Especially the Russians, right? When global warming kicks in and this all starts thawing, okay, this is going to be very, very viable land, all right? There's going to be problems. There's going to be displacement. There's going to be people in other parts of the world that are going to need to move because it's too hot. It's very, very strategically important in so many different ways. Now, here's the thing, all right? Europe, when the Ukraine war started, it caused a lot of problems. It caused a lot of infighting, okay? Everybody wanted to uphold democracy and say, yo, Ukraine, like, you're a sovereign country. We're going to stand up to Russia. The thing is, Europe didn't really have the same stones that America had. They didn't have the same weapons. They didn't have the same pipes. They sent some guns. They sent all the support that they could, but they was some bitches. And I tell you who is the biggest bitch of them all, and it's not going to surprise you. The Germans, all right? The Germans were some two-faced bitches because they are dependent on that Russian oil, all right? They need that oil. They were playing double agent. They was copping that sweet, cheap oil from Russia, all right? Meanwhile, they sending money to Russia and they sending guns to Ukraine. Russia sending oil to Germany, all right? And natural gas, LNG and all that good stuff. And they just making cash and they spending it on weapons to fight Ukraine, all right? So Germany's saying, we need to stick up for Ukraine, but we don't need that cheap oil, okay? And they tried to get off of the oil. They tried to lower it down, but then when the winter kicks in, everybody's like, shit, I don't know, we might have to do business with the Russians. America wasn't really on that, okay? So this is why Germany's not really united. There's a lot of Russian influence in some of these countries. Don't even get me started on Hungary. These guys are some cucks for Russia, okay? You might not have ever heard me talk like this, but this is what I think of politics. So when Trump says the EU know they need us to take over Greenland because the US are the only people strong enough to stand up to China and Russia, okay? Europe, as big as it is, it's not fully unified. You got people like the UK.
Bro, the UK so small, bro.
Leaving. You got Poland not really feeling the way Germany's running shit because they're actually way closer to Russia. They got a border with Russia. Don't get me started on Kaliningrad. This is Russia. They got a little bit of Russia up here in Europe. That's a problem, all right? There's some World War II shit that still ain't ironed out. That's Russia. We got a little slice of Russia over here causing all type of problems, okay? And this shit needs sorting out. And allowing the Chinese and the Russians to get hold of Greenland would be a disaster. So that's what Trump's talking about. There's a lot more to it. I'm not even smart enough to fully comprehend everything, but that's my, you know what I mean? That's by like...
That's all I'm going to do today, y'all. I'm on the stream. Well, I ain't going to say for today. For right now, I got a couple errands I'm going to run. And a couple people I need to meet. A little business I need to handle. So I'll tie back in with y'all later on today. And y'all make sure y'all drop some comments or topics that we need to talk about, or some videos that I might need to check out, and I can put them on